This is Neutrogena PureScreen Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. Neutrogena has launched their tinted sunscreen range in 4 different shades. What's a tinted sunscreen? What's good about it? What's bad about it? Most importantly, why do we need it? Hi, this is 𝗣𝗍𝗂𝗂𝗰. I love science, skincare and science of skincare. And today, I'm going to spill the tea on Neutrogena's new tinted sunscreen. Sit tight because you definitely want to watch this video before purchasing any tinted sunscreen. As you might have guessed from the name, tinted sunscreen means a sunscreen with tint or shade. A tinted sunscreen is a mineral sunscreen, meaning it contains zinc oxide and titanium dioxide as UV filters. But what makes it different from other mineral sunscreen is the ingredient iron oxide. Iron oxide helps the sunscreen to gain a color, aka tint. So in theory, it prevents white cast on deeper complexions while protecting it from the sun. This alone can make it sound like a dream sunscreen for Asians or melanin-rich people, because we have experienced the nightmare of white cast. That's why we, the melanin-rich people, feel more interested than anyone whenever a new tinted sunscreen comes out. But here's the thing. Tinted sunscreens are not made for brown skin specifically. Not really. And this Neutrogena tinted sunscreen probably isn't either. Let me explain. You see, we use sunscreen to protect us from the UV rays of the sun. UV rays are not only responsible for skin damage, hyperpigmentation, and premature aging, but also for skin cancers. However, there's another thing emitted from the sun that also causes premature aging and hyperpigmentation. That is visible light. The iron oxide pigment that gives the sunscreen different shades has the ability to protect us from visible light. No other UV filters, neither mineral nor chemicals, can do it. Yet, it can also match your natural skin shade, which, along with the shiny finish of a sunscreen, can give you a natural glow. Tinted sunscreen can also provide natural coverage to dark spots and hyperpigmentation, make the skin look even toned, and act like a natural base for makeup, like a BB cream. That's why the idea of tinted sunscreen is very appealing, even to the white people. Now, this sunscreen comes with not 1, not 2, but 4 different shades. The good, it's SPF 30. Gives protection from both UVA and UVB rays. The luxe, creamy formula blends like butter. I chose the medium shade as it seemed similar to my natural skin color. And everything seemed perfect at first, until I actually applied it and hated it immediately. The sunscreen doesn't absorb. Not at all. My skin is dry, yet this formula made my T-zone a complete oil slick. No amount of blotting or powder helped. I felt like I had slathered Elmer's glue all over my face. It sat on top of my skin, no matter how much I rubbed it in. Definitely a no-go for my fellow oily combo folks. Although SPF 30 sunscreen might be good enough for regular use, I prefer to wear SPF 50 or above for better protection. So if you are like me and decided to wear a lower tinted SPF thinking you'd be getting blue light protection, think again. Because Neutrogena doesn't actually claim that their tinted sunscreens will give protection from blue light. Nowhere in their website. This is particularly interesting because just because an ingredient is present in the formula doesn't mean it will be effective. Magic happens in the formulation. So I think it's really misleading as well as irresponsible to readily associate a claim with an ingredient just because it's present there, when the brand itself is not making it. Another word of caution. If you have a brown or melanin-rich skin tone like me, the shades are way lighter than they appear on the photos. I mean, the Fitzpatrick skin type has 6 shades. Even that is considered inadequate, so 4 shades weren't enough to begin with. And I definitely appreciate Neutrogena for trying, but I wish they actually tried it on people with different shades before labeling as light, medium deep or deep. Because I'm not the only one who got tricked into buying a lighter shade after watching their swatches. Countless other people experience the same. By the way, if you are white, don't care about blue light protection, lighter shades, rather just want a sunscreen that will substitute your BB cream, think again, because this sunscreen is sheer despite being tinted, meaning it gives almost no coverage at all. I guess it's no secret at this point how disappointed I felt with this sunscreen. I don't like the feel of it, it doesn't complement my shade, it most probably isn't made to protect my skin from blue light. The only plus point I can think of is that it's water resistant and doesn't sting my eyes. But am I going to spend £17 for mere 32 ml of this? I know I'm not. How about you? Have you tried this sunscreen or any tinted sunscreen? Which one is your favorite? I'd love to check out your recommendations. Oh, one last thing. Remember, when it comes to sunscreen, finding the right match for your unique skin is a journey. But with perseverance and community, the perfect shade is out there. Until next time, remember to love the skin you're in. Take care. This is 𝗣𝗍 signing out today from 𝗣𝗑's Quest.